Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, thanks for joining us for this quick 20-minute overview. Today, we're here discussing Lifewave. Somebody obviously told you about this incredible phototherapy patch. Make sure you reach back out to that person because that person is your sponsor, and they will make sure that you understand all of the details to get you started at the best possible deal, you guys. We are all about saving money and saving lives. Who's excited to save money and save lives? Raise your hand. What do you guys know about stem cells is my question of the hour. What do you know about phototherapy? It's a cutting edge technology. A lot of the world doesn't know about phototherapy yet. It's just coming into the marketplace, of course. But phototherapy and photobiomodulation is a fancy name for light therapy. So all of Lifewave products are being activated by our body's own light. How cool is that? We're going to watch a quick video just while people continue to join in. If you're just arriving today, thanks again for hopping on for 20 minutes. Go ahead and hit the mute button on your phone or your computer. That way you can continue with your life as you listen and learn today. We're going to go on over real quick to a great website. If you guys want to learn more about the technology, I would highly recommend going to this website after today's event. The name of the website is thisisitinfo.com. Again, this is it. info.com. So if you are a person that loves to learn and grow and understand better, this website, thisisitinfo.com, is going to help you to really grab hold of what this technology is all about. Let's watch this quick video, how this one discovery is changing everything.
Searching for answers, one discovery is changing everything. A patch, no bigger than a quarter, built not to treat symptoms, but to wake up the healer inside you. This is X39, a wearable, light-activated patch. Designed by David Schmidt, an inventor with over 200 patents. His mission? To reverse aging naturally. This isn't science fiction. It's stem cell activation without injections, without pills. Your body repairing itself. The results? Life-changing energy, recovery, sleep, relief. And the medical world? It's taking notice. Still skeptical? Visit thisisitinfo.com. You'll find the studies, the patents, the proof. It's all there. But there's more. This tiny patch isn't just transforming lives, it's creating freedom. Because behind it is a business model built for the bold. Real people, real results. Income that scales with impact. And here's why. Because this breakthrough technology is patented and exclusive, it offers a lucrative business plan that allows you to compound your efforts. More people than ever are struggling in today's economy. You can no longer rely on your own sweat equity alone to make a living. This business model allows you to duplicate yourself and, even better, to benefit from other people's efforts. So your income no longer depends solely on you. By duplicating yourself over and over, the income potential is far greater than a conventional job, career, or profession. And you're never alone. The This Is It system gives you the tools, the path, the team. All you have to do is start. The question is no longer if it works, it's whether you'll act or let this moment pass. Will you keep waiting or finally feel your body come alive again? Will you stay financially stuck or build something that lasts? Isn't it time to start living life on your own terms? The This Is It action plan will set you on a path to live out the dreams you have for your family. Get back with the person who shared this video so you can experience the age-reversing health and the exciting lifestyle that thousands are already enjoying. This is the technology, this is the team, and this is your moment. This is it.
I I love it, you guys. This is it. You know, this global industry giant of direct sales network marketing produces over $600 billion globally. And the fact that there is nothing in the world like the Lifewave X39 patch is why it's such a huge opportunity, because the miracles are relentless. They're happening everywhere. So you can check out more information at This Is It Info. If you want, you can scroll down. There's lots of videos. There's entire doctors panels. So for those of you that want to hear from, David Schmidt, the founder, or you say, what is phototherapy? It's a quick 1:46-second video that explains what phototherapy is for you and how it's going to bless your health. As you scroll down again, we've got MDs. Yesterday alone, I signed up 2 new medical doctors that are so excited about this technology. The doctors are getting on board because, again, the patients are coming in and the results are profound. That's happening with phototherapy. So as you scroll down, there's going to be lots of great information here, lots of videos that you can watch and learn and glean from. There's entire case studies. There's entire medical doctor panels that you can learn and listen to. So again, this is all at thisisit.info.com. And at the very tip top, I will note there's a testimonials tab, if you guys can see that. When you click on testimonials, there's going to be all different types of symptoms, right? So everything from, energy, inflammation, sleep, eye, children. People will say, is it okay for my kids? Absolutely. It's amazing. This is a generational health and generational wealth opportunity. So you can go to these tabs, you can click on that, and it will literally give you 1 to 3 minute videos, many of them talking about how it's benefiting children, talking how it's benefiting eyesight and people's bladders and kidneys and back, right? So you guys can go there and learn more. Again, hopefully you've written that down by now. It's called This Is It info.com. You're not going to be able to purchase anything there. I'm just going to tell you that you will have to go back to the person that invited you on here today, and they will make sure that you get started at the best deal. I'm going to keep myself on the rails, and we're going to keep moving because I promised everybody I'm going to be off by 12:20. So if it seems like I'm talking fast, I am. I'm German. I grew up with 3 older brothers, so you had to speak fast to get a word in edgewise. But this is really what it's all about. For us, it's our family, and we started this business because of our family. We believe in generations of health, generations of wealth. My husband, Scott, and I were up here in Bismarck, North Dakota. I've been a health coach for 25 years. Scott was into financial planning for 25 years. We have 3 sons. Their names are Bo, True, and Rocco. They are all involved in our business. I will let you know if you're interested in the opportunity and learning more about the science. We do have a convention coming up here in October in a few short weeks in Anaheim. The question of the hour: have you been patched yet? We are here to elevate, activate, and regenerate those great healing cells of our body with the power of this X39 patch. So again, all Lifewave products are free from drugs, chemicals, and stimulants. There's nothing in the patch that's leaching into your body. Just so you know, the only thing entering the body is light. So we do not claim to treat, cure, or prevent disease. We are not considered an FDA drug. We are considered a wellness device according to the FDA. So we are not allowed to make any medical claims, but I tell you what, you stick around, you're going to be hearing and seeing some miracles. My miracle started with this beautiful lady right here. This is my mama. Her name is Pearl, and she was diagnosed with Parkinson's almost 11 years ago now. And when they diagnosed her, it was pretty much diagnose and adios at Mayo Clinic. There was not much they could do, right? And so we've been on the hunt for alternative solutions. Mom was progressively getting worse from, just life. And she had gone from 169 pounds down to 97 pounds, was not able to walk or talk or even smile. Her teeth were all loose in her mouth. It was awful. And all of a sudden I got a phone call one day from a friend of mine who was in Canada. She's a nurse. So thank you for all the nurses in the house. She was a nurse up in Canada, and she called me up and she said, Renita, you got to try this patch on your mom. She said, I tried it with my neighbor lady with Parkinson's, and I saw downright miracles. And I was like, holy Moses, I've been looking for a miracle. You had me at miracle, Doris. And so my mom got started on the patch, you guys. It's been a game changer for her. Within the first 11 days, my mom was walking without the walker, cooking breakfast again, communicating again, writing again, smiling again. It was quite remarkable when my husband and I came in on the 11th day of her patching, and she was walking across the kitchen with no walker, what she had used for the last 2.5 years. And she pretty much looked over at me and said, "Hey, Nita, can I make you some eggs?" And this is a woman who hadn't cooked in over 2.5 years in the kitchen. So we knew we had our hands on something special. The second miracle was my dad, 80-year-old Rick, the Marine. Semper Fi for all the Marines in the house. My dad was sitting at the kitchen table that morning, watching my mom walk across the kitchen to make us eggs. And my dad had these oozing, goozing legs. You can see him there. I'm sorry for the kind of gross picture. But he was not doing well for 6 months. We've been doctoring at Mayo Clinic and the University of Minnesota. No one had an answer and no one had a solution. And my dad that morning was sitting there watching my mom walk. And I said, "Hey, Dad, can we try this patch on you?" And he looked at me and he said, "I thought the patch was for Parkinson's." And I said, "I have no idea what it's for. I just can't even believe my eyes that Mom's walking this morning without the walker making breakfast." And I said, "Can we put one of these on you?" And he said, "Yeah, let's do it." So we threw it on my father, you guys. The picture on the right is 24 hours later. And I'll tell you what, there is nothing in the world that can stop the momentum of these miracles. You know, even if people hop on these Zooms and they say, "I don't believe, I do believe," it really doesn't matter. When I witnessed my own two parents at 75 and 80 have these miracles before my eyes, and I'm a student of natural health and healing. I'm a student of getting well. Like, I'm obsessed with health, right? And so when I saw the patch do that, in my mind, I thought, what's it going to do for a little aches and pains and a little PMS, right? And that's really why we got started. So we've got lots and lots of great, pictures and stories and testimonials. 3 months on the patch, people are reversing how they look. You know, men, women, everybody. I mean, look at this guy's age spots. That's what happened to my liver spots on my face. They're all gone now. But it's just really remarkable. The X39 is amazing, but it's a miracle breakthrough in technology. I want you to know this. It's a miracle breakthrough in regenerative medicine. Do you guys know that regenerative medicine means the body can heal itself? How cool is that, right? We've not been really trained like that. So this is really our moment. This is my son, Bo, and he was really dealing with a lot of overuse injuries with college track. He was a Division I 800-meter runner. If you guys have athletes for kids or grandkids, you know it's pretty intense. And he had low-grade migraine headaches. His feet wouldn't stop bleeding. He was running like 70 miles a week, and he was really struggling. And so when we got our hands on this technology, I said to Bo, "You got to wear this patch. It's completely transformed your grandma and your grandpa." And he's like, "Well, Mom, is it for old people?" I said, "It's for everyone." It helps to activate a peptide that actually repairs and regenerates our own stem cells. And Bo was like, "Okay, I want to try it." He said, "There's no drugs, right?" I said, "No drugs." He said, "Because I'm drug tested all the time, Mom." And I said, "No problem." He put the patch on day 8. Bo came home from college and he came dancing into the house. And he had just gone for a run. He was so happy. He said, "Mom, you're never going to believe it. It's been 8 days on this patch." He said, "My migraine headaches are gone. Look at my feet. They're not bleeding. And I just went 16. I said, "16 what?" He goes, "I just ran 16 miles. I said, "Wow." I said, "How many do you normally go?" He said, 8. And he said, "I feel so good. I could go do another 16. I said, "Amazing." He said, "There's really something to this patch." I said, "Of course there is. Have you seen your grandparents?" So it's for peak performance as well as for people with conditions. We're not just marketing to the elderly with bad skin, guys. We're marketing for the professional athletes. We've got a ton of athletes on this. Hey, these are our 3 boys and they are ripped. And our middle son, Truett, right here, this kid just threw up 225 pounds last week at the gym for 18 reps. He PR'd at 320 on the bench press. So these guys are getting bigger, better, faster, and stronger. So if you've got athletes that want to get on board, get them on board, because this thing started 20 years ago. The patch technology is 20 years old. Do you guys know that? It's not brand new in the sense that the patch was created yesterday and we're going to keep our fingers crossed and hope this thing works. The technology started with the Navy SEALs 20 years ago. David Schmidt was contracted by the DoD, Department of Defense, to create a wearable technology to get the SEALs, the Navy SEALs, up and rocking during Hell Week. Many of these SEALs were taking like amphetamines or, ephedra, and they were having heart problems. And so David Schmidt was actually contracted to create the first wearable phototherapy patch for the Navy SEALs 20 years ago. And guess what? It worked. And it worked so well that he got called up from this Richard Quick, who was a world-renowned female swim coach down at Stanford University. And Richard Quick actually said, "Hey, are these athletes going to test positive on a drug test, David Schmidt?" And David Schmidt said, "No, nothing enters the body except for light. right? And so within, the first 3 weeks of wearing the technology, 6 of the 8 swimmers were breaking their records in practice. Four qualified for the Olympic swim team. I mean, so again, this patch really is for everybody. So a little bit about our founder, over 200 patents. He's a scientist and inventor. He specializes in age reversing. And in 2008, even though the company was doing phenomenal, he said, we're going to focus our attention on stem cell research. It took him 10 years and $4.5 million to bring to market the X39 patch. And I'm sure that's probably the patch someone mentioned to you when they got you on the Zoom today. And why the X39 is so powerful is because, according to the New England Journal of Medicine, the #1 indicator of our health is the amount of stem cells in our bloodstream. And how many of you realize that inflammation depletes the stem cells in the body? So this is why kids are having so many problems, because they have chronic gut inflammation, chronic brain inflammation, right? So you don't have to be old to have inflammation in the body. So inflammation reduces stem cells. The other thing that is reducing our stem cells at a fast pace is aging. All right. So if you're on here today and you're 30, you've already got a 60% reduction of stem cells. Oh my goodness. By age 50, I'm nearly 50. I just had my real age test done. Blood, urine, stools. They hooked me to heart rate variability, all these electrodes. I came back that I'm 32. I'm getting younger over here. But by age 50, you've got a 75% reduction of stem cell activity. My poor dad at 80 had a 95% reduction. So if you're not putting a patch on, what are you doing except aging faster, right? So as soon as you put that patch on, it changes the game. David Schmidt's got that exact patent. If you guys want to look it up, you can read all about it, but it's a copper peptide that's activated by X39, and that activates our stem cells. What does that do? Improves our energy, reduces inflammation, increases our stamina, right? Increases collagen production. You'll notice people that wear the patch look better and better. Okay, the longer you wear it, the better you look and feel. For all the science minds in the house, if you're a doctor, nurse, healthcare practitioner, welcome. Welcome to Regenerative Healthcare. We have over 100 clinical studies in our back office. So if you want to read the science, you certainly may do that. And this is also a great book. If you don't get it and haven't got it, get it. It's so good. I was introduced to it by a medical doctor, actually, when I started on the patch 3 years ago. It is an amazing book that talks about the power of this GHK copper peptide. And that is the peptide that's being activated by the X39 patch. Okay, guys? Page 206 in this book is the best. So how is this thing working? Your body is emitting low-level light. The military use those night vision goggles. They see people running around. Also, check out the technology with thermography. This was a horse, and they actually put a patch on the horse, and in 15 minutes, look at how the reduction of inflammation happened in 15 minutes on a horse. So this is measurable stuff that we can measure how the body is reducing in inflammation. Again, we're reflecting our own body light to activate. It's non-transdermal, so nothing's leaching into the body. There's no drugs, chemicals, or stimulants. This is a completely non-invasive, safe, and effective and affordable technology. You wear it 12 hours on. You take it off at night when you go to bed. You put a fresh patch on the next morning. So your little sleeve comes with 30 patches in there. That's enough for one person for 1 month. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. I'm over here drinking my electrolytes. By the way, electrolytes are the first line of healing, so they help the patch to work even faster. So if you're not consuming them, get some in your body. These are some of the benefits we've seen, but you guys, it's limitless. There is nothing that stem cells cannot do in the body to repair and regenerate and renew. So very excited to be part of this. This is a brain topography map. I think the biggest problem in our country right now is brain health. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree, but this is a woman's brain, and she was not doing well. It measures all the areas to see how the brain coherence is doing with this particular topography screening. And look at the woman's brain, full of red, full of inflammation. I always say the more red, the quicker you're dead, right? And so they put an X39 patch on this woman. Look what happened in 3 weeks of her wearing this patch for 12 hours a day. All of that red is gone. I feel like everybody needs the patch, not just old people. Young people have a lot of brain inflammation as well. So again, your genes are resetting, your brain's becoming balanced, your collagen's improving, and actually they've clinically proved now that your heart is reversing in age. So David Schmidt says this is not just anti-aging, it's actually age reversing. There is a business side to this, you guys, and it is huge because like I said on the front end, the direct sales industry is a $600 billion industry worldwide. Now we're tapping into the potential of the the stem cell industry, which is on its way to 300 billion. We have our hands on a gold mine with the technology nobody knows about. So the company was doing really amazing in 2021. But as you can see, as that X39 was launched, look what happened to the company from 21 to 22. A $300 million growth. Wow. 2023, 430 million, 2024, 600 million. We're pushing $1 billion this year. We are open in over 75 countries around the world. So as soon as you get started, you have a global opportunity if you choose to utilize it. We're the #1 growth company in the world. We were given the Bravo Award in 2024 and 2025. That's the most prestigious award given in direct selling. And our founder and CEO, David Schmidt, he was named innovator in the #1 innovator in the world. And he is at the helm of our ship here, guys. So there's 6 ways to earn. Decide which package is right for you, the core, advanced, or premium. Get started with what your budget allows. My question is who's wearing the patch? Is it you, or is it you and your wife, or is it you and your wife and your kids and your aging parents? Figure out which package is right for you. If you have more than 2 of you, I would definitely get started with the advanced package. And then what happens is as soon as you get started with one of these wholesale packages, you immediately have your own website and your own app if you decide you want to share it. There's 6 ways of earning. The product introduction bonus is a little way to put front-end money, $35, $75, $405. So as soon as you get your account set up, you're immediately active. You can share this with your sister-in-law, your coworker later today. Those that you work with, they all have aches and pains, and God knows they need it, right? So as soon as you share your website, that's linked right back to you. So if someone decides to get started on this technology, you are a brand promoter if you choose to be. And we get paid 60% of the company, whatever the company's bringing in, 60% is paid back to us, to the brand partner. So we are paid on the movement of these patches, and we are paid on the movement of miracles, baby. So I'm in. The second way to make it is a binary commission. We're not going to get into great depth, but you're creating a team of winners. Can you think of anybody right now in your life that wants to win with their health? Call them up and get them started with the core, the advanced, or the premium pack, you guys. Get them started ASAP. And when they get started, you make a little bit of money. They get the wholesale pricing, and now they're on your team. You're starting to build a team, and you can build this team all the way up to $25,000 per week. Do you know there's nearly 300 people with This Is It team that are earning that? I'm just going to say that. Okay. We're not making income claims because you got to work this thing for it to work. But I'm telling you what other business could you open for $500, $1,750, and within a year make this type of money weekly, right? Think about that for a second. Just imagine yourself earning this type of money weekly. There's also a matching bonus. We're not going to get into that right now. People can go to your website and buy retail profit. If they do become a retail customer, they do have a 90-day money-back guarantee. All of you that are getting started at wholesale pricing, you do have a 30-day money-back guarantee. And they actually give away these incentive trips around the world, which are so much fun. We're not going to get too much into that right now. But decide what is right for you, the core, the advanced, the premium. Get back with who invited you on here. They will help you to make sure that you get the best deal at their website. Write down these 2 websites because they're going to help you to understand the opportunity better at This Is It team and the health better at This Is It info. And with that being said, that was a quick meeting, and I am 2 minutes over, so I better run. We're going to have another meeting tomorrow at the same time, same place. So if you want to invite your friends, we'd love to educate them and help them out and get them started to activate and regenerate the healing cells of their body with light. God bless all of you. Have a great day. Adios. Go talk to who invited you on here. Bye-bye.